About a year ago, I ended my 933-day running streak because I hit this like adrenal fatigue like I've never experienced before. Like on the weekends, I was sleeping for 15 hours. It was gnarly. I'd be taking like 5, 10 minute power naps at work just to try and survive, and I just couldn't help but close my eyes for a couple minutes. And I realized that's not how I wanted to live, as cool as it was to have a running streak going that long. I mean, I endured a lot with like running 100 miles and then running the next day at least 2 miles every day. And I just realized I got to a point where it just wasn't serving me anymore. For the longest time, the streak was helpful. I just had to end it because it was taking away from running and training and being able to set PRs and do the things that I wanted to do when it came to fitness and running especially. And so for several months, I took time off and I would try and get back into running a couple days and it just didn't feel good. I felt like I had to force myself or drink like 4 cups of coffee to get anything done when it came to training. And so after a couple back and forths, I just really actually took some time off and probably took a couple months off. And I've recently gone back into running and I can see my fitness coming back and I feel good and I enjoy it and I look forward to it again, which is a good sign. Though it gave me a lot of interesting perspective on resting. And I did yoga and lifted, but like I wasn't doing that every single day. I was having these rest days. And I mean, there's a lot of memes online of like me if I don't have a rest day and just some guy going, or like me if I have a rest day, or me on my rest day and just some guy getting angry and going crazy. And it's funny, and it's also kind of a problem. Like I get it, like I get what people are saying, like it's a joke, and we love training, and athletes and people in the gym and runners love their sport, so it's hard not to do it. And at the same time, I think we have to reframe the way we look at rest days. I think actually, as funny as the memes are, I'll make memes all day and make jokes. If there actually is a serious issue with you or me resting and we have that internally, we got to fix that because that's actually such a big part of what we do, like, or what's important about us being healthy and increasing our fitness even, like getting better at the things we enjoy. I'm all for being unreasonable. I've done plenty of unreasonable things, like running it for 933 days in a row. I did 10 marathons in 10 days. I'm running a 10K every day this month. And so that's unreasonable, right? Like I'm not getting rest days and recovery. But there's phases and seasons of life. And for me, at least, I don't want to always be grinding like crazy. I respect people that do. I think David Goggins is one of the coolest people ever. And he just never takes a day off from what I've seen, and so I love that. I think it's great. It's not exactly how I want to live. I want seasons of life where it's intense mentally and it's unreasonable and I'm not recovering and I'm pushing my limits. But in general, I want to be able to feel good and recover well. And so here's the thing that I'm trying to do better myself, and maybe is something for you to think about. I think we need to be able to celebrate the rest and recovery days just as much as when we finish a tough workout. Like just as much as when we do intervals or get through a hard gym session or just do some base work in our miles. I think if I can get to a point where I have a day off, right? Maybe I run 4 or 5 days a week, and on my day off, maybe I do a little bit of stretching or like an ice bath or whatever for recovery. But what I want to be able to do is I want to be able to, at the end of that day, be like, hell yeah, I did that. I recovered. And oftentimes that's like harder than the actual training itself when you're really in the flow or you really love it, like I do with running. At the end of a day where like I lift and run and do yoga, I'm like, hell yeah, I feel proud and accomplished. I want the same thing with my recovery days, and I think it's just being aware of that. Like being aware of it is hard work. Like it is work to do the right things for recovery. It's work to drink a gallon of water. It's work to stretch. It's work to maybe not work out when you love it. And so I think if we can look at it that way, I think just overall it's better. Like if we celebrate rest days and recovery and that it's making us better, right? Because like with running and training and workouts, I think, wow, that's getting me more fit. Like I'm getting faster. Like that's progress towards my goal. What if we thought about that the same way with recovery as like, hell yeah, I rested. That's progress towards my goal. It's going to make me be able to give more on my next workout and my next run. And that's what I think would be valuable, and that's where I'm trying to get is, and I think it's just first being aware of the fact that I don't celebrate that the same. Like, I just kind of think of like, yeah, it feels lazy, when in fact it's quite opposite. It's progress, it's work, it's working towards the goal of a race or a PR or just overall health. And so that's the thing I've been thinking about, especially now that I'm running a 10K every day. That's kind of funny. I'm thinking about recovering when I have no options to recover. But this has been a thought that's been developing since ending my running streak. So I hope you get something out of that. And if you like running content, subscribe. If not, like, that's cool too. I hope you got something out of this. And I really do hope I see you in another video sometime soon. Peace.